So welcome to the Muscle Memory Olympics. I'm your announcer, Ray Montana, and today we're here to show off the automatic template induction feature being performed by Butter, which is our LLM response proxy that has a cache. So for event one, let's see how well Butter can figure out how to recreate basic arithmetic just by observing large language models. Here the prompt is just answer this, 13 plus 19 is equal to what? And I'll hit start, but explain what's happening behind the scenes. So we have like an OpenAI client that's actually routed through Butter's proxy. Butter doesn't have anything loaded in its cache yet related to this prompt, so the request has to be sent off to OpenAI to be fulfilled, and then Butter is going to store that response into its cache. So we can see this request in Butter's app view as well. But the real question is, what did it store in here exactly? Hopefully not the prompt verbatim, because that wouldn't be very generalizable. 13 plus 19 doesn't show up this often. But hopefully a template form, something like a plus b is equal to sum of the two. So we can check that out here just by looking into the response node and seeing, yes, the template, or a stringified version of the template being stored into Butter's cache, is something to do with adding one number with another number to get the summing result. So going back, I can generate a new example and ask, what's 9 plus 10? Hopefully Butter's able to actually serve this from cache just by performing the arithmetic behind the scenes. It actually learned the generalizable rule, adding two numbers is just taking their sum and reporting it back into the proper spot. So perfect. We can see Butter is definitely correctly performing addition from cache, as well as avoiding the cost of processing any tokens through OpenAI. This is also adding, of course, the order of magnitude faster responses when serving from cache, as well as all of the determinism that this implies. And just for good fun, let's try doing a couple more examples. So let's check 29, 18 plus 14 makes 32, 3 plus 4 makes 7, everything's working and it's serving really quick. So I've reset my view and we're off to the next event in our Muscle Memory Olympics, which is to render some text that might use some implicit derivations. Imagine we're hosting a high school reunion and we have to generate some name tags for all of the alumni who are attending, given maybe their names and their birth year. So in particular, we're going to ask the model to generate this name tag for Marie Curie, who, let's just say, was born in 1979. And I'll send this off. And what's happening, again, is we're going to get a response. Of course, the model gave us some name tag according to our specifications. And what's going to happen behind the scenes is Butter's going to be trying to produce a template for the query response pair that it just received or observed. Now, once that's done, which it usually takes a couple seconds, on the order of 10, 15 seconds, we'll be able to see that, okay, it has templatized the query and response, and we can see what that template looks like just by seeing, okay, it took the first initial, took the last name, and computed a graduation year from the birth year, and that's how it fills in the responses going forward. So going back, we can generate a new example, let's say for this scientist, and see, well, yes, now we can serve from cache, and we've properly learned how to produce the first initial, take the last name, and compute the corresponding graduation year for high school. And well, looking back into the app, we can see, yes, we got a cache hit in this case, and we can just keep on getting cache hits for more and more examples. And so for the third and final event of our Muscle Memory Olympics, we'll ask our agent, which is pointed through Butter, to process a raw form, perhaps generated by a customer making a purchase, and paring it down into a smaller amount of information. So let's just send one on in and check in with the app how it's doing. We'll wait for a response and see, okay, it processed the information and made the shorter output that we were expecting. Behind the scenes, Butter is churning through both the query and the response to make templated versions of the two, and we might refresh our view of the app just to get some feedback of whether it's finished or not. It's done building. Let's hit start. Let's see how it does. And it looks like it's processed everything correctly. It took the order date, it took the rating, percentage, and it took the person's name and built the proper output. So again, we see an example of Butter correctly inducing templates from one-shot examples. And so I guess that's it for our Muscle Memory Olympics with Butter. So thank you for tuning in.